Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my long-awaited half-yearly makeup empties I've been referring to and hyping up this video for ages. Today I'll be sharing with you all of the things I have used up so far in 2021 through the first 6 months of the year. I would throw these all into an annual makeup empties, but that would just be way too long because I actually go through a lot of makeup. So we've got a mid-yearly episode today, and yeah, I think I might have to split this up into 2 videos because I'm gonna ramble a lot about every product. Before I get into the actual box, I've been like putting it all into this like Victoria's Secret train case. Before I get into the train case, I just wanted to give a shout out to lashes and body care products that I've used up. These lashes that I used up are one of the many packets I used up recently, and these are some princess lashes that I bought in Taiwan from a market, and yeah, they were some nice flared lashes that you probably saw me use a lot in my videos on my channel, and I enjoyed them, and they're all gone now. So great lashes from Taiwan from a market there, affordable too. And then here is a body product. I use up a lot of shampoos and stuff, but I don't want to include them in this video because I would like to keep it beauty focused, but this is just to remind myself that I do use up other stuff as well. Not remind myself, just like shout out to the body products that I used up, including this Love Addict Victoria's Secret fragrance. I used this up at Chia this year, and yeah, it's a fruity kind of, it says it's partially rubbed off. Something in blood orange. Wild orchid and blood orange. Refreshing formula is infused with conditioning aloe vera and calming chamomile. Spray on for a touch of scent. Yeah, I used that up entirely already this year. So yeah, those are some like lashes and body things. I've used up some other body things, but they will not be included in this video because this is a beauty focused video. So let's get into it. First of all, I have this sample of the Professional primer that I used up. It's a pretty good primer, and I have some other samples of this to use up as well. Just like a silicone-y kind of pore refining primer. I feel like everyone knows what this primer is like, so yeah, I used up a sample of that. I have some more samples to go. This is a really exciting one. I finally used up my Too Faced Cocoa Contour Chisel to Perfection palette. This also comes in a darker kind of shade. Like, this is the light to medium version of the palette, but it also comes in medium to deep or medium to dark. It says Chisel to Perfection. And yeah, it's just a contour palette that was like kind of chocolate scented, because that was like Too Faced's thing, is like kind of like chocolate scented and like scented palettes. So yeah, I used this up entirely. It had a really good mirror on the inside, but the shade that I didn't touch is still in there. The shade Pop of Light, I never used that because it was like a lighter shade, but it had like glitters through it, but it wasn't like glittery enough to be like shimmery for a highlight, but it wasn't matte enough for it to be like setting under eyes. It was just like, it wasn't a shade that I'll ever use. It was like matte, but also had glitters through it. Had like micro glitters. It's not going to come up on camera. It's just, oops. It's not something that I'm ever reaching for, and so I panned both of the like contour shades. There was like medium cocoa and dark cocoa, and I used those both up entirely on like, you know, they were like bronzy contoury shades, and then I used up light cocoa as like a brightening shade, and those were all really nice. Love this palette, love this formula. I've actually already replaced it with the updated version of this palette. Too Faced re-released the Cocoa Contour palette as another like updated version of this face palette, and I have that new updated face palette, and I'm excited to get into it. So yep, that's the first palette that I've panned ever. I know I didn't actually pan it because there's that like product in there that's like the Pop of Light that I didn't use up, but to me, that's as panned as it's gonna get because I'm not interested in using up that other shade. Okay, I just pulled out a bunch of face products. I used up a lot of products, so I'm gonna like really power through these. The first one I have is the Rimmel Match Perfection Foundation, SPF 20 in the shade 100 Ivory. Just a really good everyday go-to foundation, 10 out of 10. Really recommend. Just like an easy foundation, and I used it up over time, and I really enjoyed it. It's also got 24-hour moisturizer, pore blurring effect. It's just a really easy everyday foundation. You can sheer it out if you want like a sheer coverage. You can build it up for a more intense look. Just a great foundation. Really rate it. I used up the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. You saw me use this heaps on my channel. It never really changed my life, but I used it up anyway, so nothing really to say about it. This one's a really good one. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation, and I wore the shade 120 Vanilla. Just a great foundation. I bought this in like 2018 at Nationals. So I used this up pretty early on in the year just because I'd had it for so long. It's a really good high coverage foundation, matte finish, really long lasting. I don't know why I can hear like a shaking in it. But yeah, just a great long wear foundation. I like to use this for like nights out, comps, you know, occasions where I'm going to be wearing my makeup for a longer period of time, where I want it to be like budge proof and bulletproof, this is one that I turn to and I can count on. So yeah, I'd use this for like cheer competitions, nights out, things like that. Just a great foundation, and the shade's got a nice yellow undertone which suits my skin tone well. And the next foundation is another one in the shade 120, but this is called Classic Ivory, and this is the Dewy Plus Smooth Fit Me Foundation from Maybelline. And yeah, it's for normal to dry skin. It wasn't my favorite. I don't like how these Maybelline Fit Me foundations have like no pump. I just find that so annoying because I really have to like scrape out the product at the end. But it's not a bad product per se. It's just like I find it difficult with no pump. It's actually a pretty good foundation. It's easy to use. It's very comparable to this one over here, this Rimmel one, but I just prefer the scent of the Rimmel one over the Maybelline one. The Maybelline one kind of has like a creamy like makeup smell that I don't really enjoy, whereas this one has a fresher scent, and I also prefer that this one has a pump. Also, I don't think I'm getting the right shade in this Maybelline line. The shade 120 pulls a little bit pink toned on my skin tone. I just feel like it's not the best match for my skin tone, so maybe I need to go for the shade 220. I feel like that's a little bit more yellow tone, but I think it's also darker, so maybe that'd be a good like summer foundation for me. But yeah, this shade match wasn't perfect for me, whereas this shade match, it's pretty good for me. So yeah, out of the two, I've preferred in general the Rimmel Match Perfection one. So yeah, those are some foundations that I've used up recently. Next I have another primer. This is the NARS Oil Free Pore Refining Primer. Yeah, it's just a mini version of their pore refining primer. This is the NARS Oil Free Pro Prime. Just looks like this. It was pretty good. It wasn't life-changing though. It was just a good primer. It was fine. Nothing really negative to say about it. Let's get some random eyeliners out. Oh my goodness, I might be able to like fit this into one video. Okay, first of all is the Benefit They're Real push-up liner. I purchased this ages ago when the Benefit They're Real kind of craze was like in its hype, in its peak. This had a really interesting concept where it was kind of like a gel liner that you pushed up and it would come out this like silicone angled tip. This angled tip on it, and the you'd like twist it up, and then the product would like come out the top. But the product just dried up inside the tube, and I didn't really find this that easy to use. So yeah, it was a cool concept, but kind of more of a gimmick in my opinion. I don't know, I didn't really like love this. I prefer my Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner. This was one that I thought would be a contender for the Maybelline Hyper Sharp. This is the Maybelline Hyper Easy Brush Tip Liner. Something I really like about the Maybelline Hyper Sharp is that it has a brush tip, and so I thought this would make up for it, but it ran out really easily because I haven't used it for a while. It's like coming out pigmented, but this liner, it like goes dry really quickly. I was only able to use this for like 2 weeks maybe before it was starting to feel really dry. It's feeling wet again, so maybe I'll bring it out and use it one more time or a couple more times until it's totally dry again. But yeah, it was just, it dried out faster than how long a Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner would last. Let me show you, because I'm just like saying Maybelline eyeliners really quickly. This one dried out faster than this one does, so that made me not want to repurchase that one and repurchase this one again. The actual brush tip on this was fine. It was very similar and comparable to this. The only other major difference was this is a hexagonal shaped pencil or pen, whereas this one is just a curved one. But the hexagon didn't make a life-changing amount of difference to me, and I still found it easy to apply. As easy though as the original one. So I'm going to keep going on with the original one and keep repurchasing this instead because it lasts longer. It stays damp for longer, and I can get a thicker, blacker, more intense pointed liner with that one for longer. I used up one of these brow products that I use all the time. I used up the ColourPop Precision Brow Pencil in the shade Black and Brown. Just a really great, fine, detailed tip on this. I really like how it's such a small tip. It makes you makes it really easy to apply, and you can create really nice fine hair-like strokes through the brow. So just a really easy brow pencil to use, and the shade is quite good for my hair color. It just like works really well with my skin tone and like hair color and stuff. And then this one is the Essence 2-in-1 eyeliner pencil. On one side it's thick and one side it's thin. So thick on that side and thin on this side, so it's like a pointed tip. It's just an okay felt tip liner. I don't really prefer felt tip liners. I always prefer that other Maybelline, the one that I showed you. So this wasn't life-changing. It was good, but it wasn't amazing. Nothing incredible to say about it. Just like, it was fine. By the way, this has a spoolie on the other end, so it's really easy to like brush out and like ombre the hairs through your brows. Really like that. And it's one that I've repurchased multiple times as well. What's this? Oh, this is another sample of a primer that I used up. This is the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer, Broad Spectrum SPF 15. This was really good actually. I felt like it gave a blurred look to the skin and I felt luxurious when I used it. But it didn't change my life, so I'm not going to repurchase that. What else? I'm going to grab out some more like liner stick shaped products. There's like compartments in here and I tried to sort these things by compartments. Okay, so there's another sample of another primer. This is the Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. I literally don't even remember what this was like, so it wasn't that memorable. This one is the Kat Von D ink liner in the shade Baudelaire. It's like a navy shade. Actually, Kat Von D isn't even Kat Von D anymore. It's KVD Beauty, but it stands for something else. Anyway, I don't even know if this liner still exists, but it's a navy shade felt tip liner. It was good, but it dried out really quickly and it didn't change my life, and I still prefer the Maybelline one over the Kat Von D ink liner. So yeah, it was fun to have a navy liner, but it dried out so quickly. And also I find with these KVD ink liners, the actual felt tip feels really like, well, it doesn't feel that crazy against my hand, but like it's really like run out. They feel really like harsh when they're on the eyelid. Like they feel like they're like really rough when you're pulling out your wing liner, so it feels really not comfortable using this. The next one I have is the Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Eyeliner. I can't believe I used this up already. This was actually pretty good. It's just another felt tip liner. But yeah, I used it up. It was just like a mini little felt tip liner sample. It was good. It's in the shade Intense Black. It wasn't iconic though. Like it didn't change my life. I'm still going to reach for the other eyeliner. Hello, my dog just came in. Would you like something? Can I get you something? Just having a sniff. This is the Essence eyeliner pen in Extra Long Lasting. It's just another felt tip liner, but these kind of eyeliners, felt tip ones, I just don't feel like I can get as precise of a line with these. And I also feel like they dry out faster, whereas that brush tip one that I like from Maybelline, I feel like it just lasts longer. I'm really hyping up that one. It's just because I've tried so many eyeliners and I get like new ones all the time to try out different brands and stuff, and I always go back to that one. Even other ones from Maybelline, I still prefer that Hyper Sharp wing liner. Next I have Lita from KVD Beauty. This is one of their iconic, famous, original shades that they came out with that they were so famous for. But yeah, this, I just feel like it's too old. I've had this in my collection for so long. It's had its time, you know. I used to wear this like almost every day in high school for a period of time. It's just like one of my favorites. I was really into this like cool tone mauve shade, but yeah, it's just not one that I reach for anymore. The formula's kind of a little old. I've really scraped it out. Like there's actually not that much product left in here. And the formula's just like a little thicker than it should be. And I just don't want to put this on my face anymore. So I'm comfortable to get rid of that now. What is next? Here's another eyeliner. Actually, I'll talk about this first. This is KVD's Lolita 2. So it was the second Lolita. It came out after the first Lolita. And it's kind of like a warmer toned version of the original one. A little bit more like terracotta, blushy, bronzier, if that makes sense. I have tutorials up on my channel of me wearing both the shades, so if you'd like to see Lolita 1 or Lolita 2 on me, I have videos up of these. But again, this formula has been in my collection for a long time. I bought these two together back in high school as like a 2-piece mini set, which was actually a really good deal because the amount that I used these was totally worth it. But yeah, that's Lolita 1 and Lolita 2. You can kind of tell the difference there. A little bit cooler tone, a little bit warmer tone in the second one. But yeah, they've had their time and they're ready to go. This next eyeliner is the, where's this from? NYX. This is the NYX Super Skinny Eye Marker in the shade Carbon Black. It has a skinny felt tip liner. Again, didn't change my life and didn't beat the Maybelline one. So that's another eyeliner that I tried that is, it's been beaten. Okay, I feel like I'm going to show you guys one more thing and then I'll split the rest into part 2. Otherwise this video is going to be super duper long. This last thing that I'm going to show you guys is another KVD liquid lipstick from their Everlasting liquid lip range. And this is the shade Outlaw. It's just a bright, true red. It's just like a true bright red, but this definitely has had its time. It smells like a little bit off to me. I just don't want to wear this on my lips anymore. I'm not comfortable to wear this anymore, so I'm going to get rid of it. I used to wear this a lot though when I first started doing cheerleading. This was my go-to red lip that I would wear every time as my competition lip before I got what is currently my favorite competition lip. Right now I'm going for the Fenty Beauty liquid lipstick in the bright red shade. Perfect. But before that one, this was the one I reached for because it's a really like long lasting bulletproof kind of formula. Like this won't budge and you can just trust it. But I've had it for way too long now, so it's time to say goodbye. This is all the makeup that we talked about today that I used up and that is ready to go. There's a lot of stuff in there, but there's more stuff to show you guys in the next video. So if you would like to see part 2 of this mid-yearly makeup empties, please do check it out. I'll upload it probably like immediately after I upload this one. I'm just trying to split it into 2 videos so that this video doesn't get too long. So if you'd like to check that out, it'll be in the description box down below or already up on my channel anyway. So if you'd like to check that out, please do so. Let me know how your project pans have been going in the comments down below. Have you achieved anything crazy? I was really stoked to pan that Cocoa contour palette from Too Faced. It's just like one this was literally the first high-end palette that I ever bought. This is probably one of the first pieces of high-end makeup that I ever bought. And so to pan this was really exciting for me. It was a special occasion. It was a sad occasion too because we're gonna miss her. She was a staple and she made me feel really beautiful and I loved the scent. I am keeping the brush though. She's still around and she's going strong. So yeah, that's all I have to say. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. Share any comments that are relevant to the video. Anything at all, don't be shy. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me and hopefully I'll see you in a future video soon. Thank you so much for watching guys. Toodaloo.